めつちゃん、言いたいことがある。
What is it, senpai?
ここ、USSR アカデミアで私たちが共有した時間を楽しんでいました。私はあなたをガラグに送らなくてよかったです。
Yeah, I did too, and I'm happy you didn't send me either.
めつーちゃん、
Yes?
めつちゃん、一緒に出かけてくれませんか？
Of course!
In Kaguya-sama Love is War, you have two main characters, the vice president of the student council, Kaguya, and Shirogane, the president. The two are in the midst of an intense battle with one another. They both love each other, but cannot whatsoever be the first one to confess, hence the name, Love is War. This is basically the rundown of what happened in the first season, which aired in September of last year. I especially enjoyed the OP. Probably one of my favorites in recent years. Look at this shit. It is an orgasm for your eyes. This is also the series that contains the iconic Chica dance meme. You know, that one. I enjoyed every aspect of the series, but when finishing the season, I wondered how long can this series go on for? The show has a very straightforward narrative, which is both Kaguya and Shirogane consistently trying to trick one another to make the other confess. The more I thought about it, the more I worried that could this straightforward narrative continue for another few seasons? To answer that question, no, you cannot. Or can you? The second season of Kaguya-sama Love is War is absolutely fucking stunning. Not only does this season include the main conflict with our two main protagonists, it also has conflicts with side characters like Ishigami and a new character we meet in this season, Miko Ino. It sounds like an obvious thing to add conflicts with side characters, but the way the story tells it adds more depth and makes you feel even closer to each character in the student council. Now, instead of our two protagonists battling against one another in their romance, we see them team up to help their friends and give the show a change of pace. The series has some of the best writing I've ever seen in a romantic comedy, and I'm not one to like this sort of genre, but this show is just genuinely funny. Then again, comedy is subjective, but how could you not find this comedic? You must be psychotic if you don't find this series even slightly funny. The series started to get a little predictable whenever Chika would obliviously ruin both Kaguya and Shirogane's plans to make the other confess, but that happens less in the second season, which is an obvious improvement. Love is War, I'd say, conveys high school pretty accurately. The writing really shines best when you already know the conclusion to the series, which is Kaguya and Shirogane getting together and still managing to be invested in the story. To help better understand, let's compare Shokugeki no Soma, which is a series about just literally cooking food. At least, I think so. It was pretty good for its first few seasons, but started to get repetitive and predictable due to the fact that the only thing carrying the plot consisted of cooking. It's the same case with Kaguya-sama Love is War, but what made this series more entertaining without getting boring was the writing and overall better characters. It just shows what Love is War could have turned out to be, but turned out to be something far greater. Although this is a romantic comedy series, it has something that almost every rom-com series doesn't, and that's actual emotion and character progression. This series explores some pretty dark themes like isolation and loneliness. Ishigami is a great character that portrays these dark themes, and he doesn't seem like a dark character at all. In my opinion, he's actually the funniest character in the series, which reminds you that even the funniest people can feel these things. You might think that the uses of more darker and serious themes will take you away from the main focus of comedy, but you're free to be wrong. It doesn't bother me. The message is still the same. The series is using comedy to convey its message and uses those dark themes to better represent its overall message to its audience. So, should you watch this series? Well, absolutely. If you haven't already watched the first season of this series, you should check it out. I don't even know why you're watching this video. Kaguya-sama Love is War is a great anime and probably one of my favorite rom-coms ever created. I hope we get another season of this beautiful series so we can continue to watch Kaguya and Shirogane's romance unfold until the series ends. The manga is still ongoing, so it is likely that we could get another season, but that won't be for a while. In the meantime, we will patiently wait for the next season in Kaguya-sama Love is War.